Intro, the world was never the same. In 2011, a television series arrived that would redefine storytelling forever. A show filled with kings and queens, dragons and betrayal, honor and cruelty. A show that didn't just entertain, it consumed the world. That show was Game of Thrones. From the cold winds of the north to the burning sands of distant lands, millions of viewers were drawn into a universe where no one was safe, not even the heroes. But one question has always lingered. Was Game of Thrones based on a true story, or was it purely fantasy? To answer that, we must go deeper, into history, into imagination, and into the mind of its creator. The man behind the legend. Behind every great world lies a visionary. For Game of Thrones, that visionary was George R.R. Martin. Before dragons and White Walkers, Martin was fascinated by history, especially the brutal, unpredictable nature of medieval Europe. He once said something powerful. "I prefer my history to be messy, because real life is messy." And that philosophy became the foundation of the series. The show itself is based on his book series, A Song of Ice and Fire. But here, where things get interesting. The real history behind the fantasy. While Game of Thrones is filled with magic, much of its politics, betrayals, and wars are inspired by real events. One of the biggest inspirations. Wars of the Roses. This was a brutal conflict in 15th century England between two rival families. House Lancaster, Red Rose. House York, White Rose. Sound familiar? That's because House Stark approximately House York. House Lannister approximately House Lancaster. Just like in the show, families betrayed each other, alliances shifted, and the throne was everything. Kings were overthrown, children were killed, trust meant nothing. In other words, Game of Thrones wasn't exaggerating reality, it was echoing it. Why it felt so real? Unlike typical fantasy stories, Game of Thrones didn't rely on simple good versus evil. Instead, it asked, what if heroes fail? What if villains win? What if power corrupts everyone? Characters like Eddard Stark, Tyrion Lannister, Daenerys Targaryen weren't perfect,